Did you see this video of this Trump supporter asking for help because his business is hurting under Trump's tariffs, and then he gets upset when the internet says, hey man, this is what you voted for? Listen.
I voted for Trump 2 times. And I probably will vote for him a 3rd time. I will vote for him a 3rd time. I am a small business owner who is completely getting rocked by the import taxes, the tariffs. I went from a 2.5% import tax to 28.5%. That is absurd. It is ridiculous. It is crippling my business. I am barely surviving for the past 8 years. Was hoping that the current administration, since they greatly disapproved of increasing the tax from overseas, was going to do away with them, but they have not. And now I'm reading that Trump is going to increase the tariffs if he takes office 60 to 100% additional on goods from China, as well as 10% on any other country that you import from. This is crippling me as it is, and will most likely put me out of business, and will most likely crush 70% of the small business owners, if not more, in America that import from overseas. There was no infrastructure set up, at least for my industry, to where I can manufacture wheels, that's what I do, rims, within the US. I'm a small fish in a giant sea. I import maybe 10 containers a year if I'm lucky. Well, at least I used to. Since the tariffs, it's been cut in half. Manufacturers outside of China will not return my phone call. I'm a nobody. I'm a little guy. GM and Ford and these monster companies, they import hundreds of thousands of containers of wheels and rims. Somebody out there explain to me how it benefits us as Americans and as small business owners, where the benefit is on increasing the tariffs. China is not paying it. I've paid every damn cent and dollar of that tax and that tariff. And if there's some place I can send China an invoice, let me know, because I've endured however many years now, 6, 7, 8 years of this monstrous tax on the imports that's, like I said, crippling me, and I'm barely surviving. And the only reason I'm surviving is I stupidly took out a loan, which I'm struggling now to pay with the SBB or SBA. Help me understand how this helps us, guys. I am flabbergasted and have no clue.
And of course, anything with Trump, it is very possible. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well wherever you're at. Just in case you're seeing me for the very first time, my name is Sumi, and I hope you do consider subscribing. So in today's episode, we are going to be reacting on this trendy video of this Trump supporter who comes on the internet exposing problems that he is facing in his business. He got a lot of backlashes from different people of he couldn't even handle it. He doesn't want to be corrected at all. At the same time, he's even saying, I wish somebody told me. I don't know why most of these Trump MAGA supporters want to always be, I wish somebody told me. But I think these people have always been told by many people, bro, don't vote for this guy, this and this is going to happen. But still they don't listen. And of course, this is the time we call the FAFO era. So you guys, let us continue watching these few clips from other creators who have reacted on his video, and let me know what you think about this amazing story.
All right, I hate asking for help. I'm not asking for any handouts, but I'm a small business owner that is directly being affected by the 104% tariff that has been put on China. I import alloy wheels for cars, and I do somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 15 containers a year, which is a small business in regards to this industry. At 104%, I am absolutely going to implode and will not last 6 months. So with that said, I'm asking, is there anybody out there that has connections with manufacturing facilities, specifically alloy wheels, either in the United States or outside in these lesser tariffed countries like Mexico, Indonesia, Thailand, India, I need to find another source. I've emailed a lot of these companies and cannot get a response. And I just don't know if it's because I'm a small business or what exactly it is. So if anybody's out there that can help or shed some light, maybe provide some information that would be helpful, I would really greatly appreciate it, because if not, it's just a small business here that's going to go under, and I'll be back to digging ditches again, which I'm not scared to do, but it's a little harder to do with a wife, 2 kids, and at 45 years old. So let me know if you guys have any suggestions. It's very much appreciated. Thank you. I love this for you. I love this. Nice. I love this for you. I love to see you fail. I love to see your family be affected and hurt because you voted for Trump. Yeah, I voted for Trump. Absolutely. Did I know he was going to increase the tariffs? Yes, I did. However, I thought that the infrastructure would be set up prior for small business to come back to America and manufacture in America. So to wish ill on someone and to love the fact that they're suffering, to love the fact that their family is being negatively affected because I didn't vote the same way that you did, is fucked up. It really is. It shouldn't matter. Anyone that enters my life, I'm going to judge you of who you are, how you are as a human being. Are you kind? Are you polite? Are you sincere? That's how I judge you, not who you voted for. I've got far left-leaning friends. I got far right-leaning friends. It doesn't matter to me. I like you based on who you are. But to see someone hurt and their business fail and their family be affected because they didn't vote the way you did, it's fucked up. I'm sorry, a lot of you are fucked up. I'm sorry. We should all care about each other regardless of who we voted for. I'm sorry. I hope you guys can be better people. Good luck to you guys.
But dude, you were the one that voted for this. This what's crazy about these Trump supporters is that they're acting like nobody told them who Trump was. You always knew who Trump was. You could try to make up these excuses like, oh, I thought he was going to do a much better job at implementing tariffs, which are a horrible idea to begin with. No, man, he's a horrible business owner. He's an idiot. He's a moron. He's a racist. He's a fascist. He's all those things that you voted for. And the only reason why you're having some kind of remorse is because you're hurting and your family's hurting. But do you have that same sentiment for the innocent families who are being hurt by Trump's mass deportations? No, it's only about you and how Trump is specifically hurting you. And yes, we can't help but have a little joy in your situation, especially with white people, because y'all thought you were so smart when you were voting for Trump. You seriously thought he was mostly going to hurt people of color, not realizing he's also going to hurt you. Trump is only out for Trump, and y'all don't see that. And even in these videos, you're still complaining about your situation, but not talking about how much you're not supporting Trump anymore or how much you just want him gone. No, you want the policies that hurt you gone, but you still want Trump to hurt everyone else. But you guys are too dumb to realize that's not how it works. Engage with this post so we can keep sharing this story. And remember to keep up with new stories like these, sign up for my newsletter, check out my podcast or one of my other social media channels, link in bio.
I love to see your family be affected and hurt because you voted for Trump. Yeah, I voted for Trump. Absolutely.
I find it interesting that y'all created a story. You spun a narrative around what it was Donald Trump was saying and what he said he was or wasn't going to do for y'all. Because nowhere at all in Donald Trump's platform did he in any way discuss manufacturing other than through tariffs. There was no specific timeline. There was no policy plan. There was nothing. What you did was make a calculation, and a dog shit one at that. And now that you are realizing that that is the case, you are demanding space and grace from everybody who had tried to tell you that that was going to happen. And the reason you allowed yourself to spin that story to make that calculation is the same reason white people always do. It's that we rely on our whiteness to protect us, to insulate us from these systems and institutions, from the consequences of decisions like this. Because it always historically has in the past. Because these systems and institutions have been in place to protect us, to uphold the white supremacy nature of this country. But you are now finding that we have entered a new era where that is no longer the case. That it's not just being a white man. You need to be a rich white man. And what's funny is these are the types of conversations y'all hate to have, right? Call it woke and this DIA stuff, and like you guys lose your minds over it. But what's funny is your inability to have these conversations is what allows you to miss the forest for the trees. It allows you to completely miss the larger understanding of not only why we are here, but how this is going to keep going. Like what's going to happen from here. Because I can promise you, this is going to get way worse. Because this has always been about protecting the billionaire class. This has always been about protecting capital owners, the ultra wealthy top 1% of the people in this country, that hold the vast majority of the wealth in this country. Because among other things, they use white supremacy and racism as a way to not have to address our material needs. They use it as a distraction, as an excuse, as a justification for telling us why it is we can't have the things we say we need. It's the reason so many people, maybe even including yourself, are like starting to get uneasy about what it is you're seeing coming out of this administration, but haven't completely turned off from it because, hey, at least they're still rounding up black and brown people and shipping them off to concentration camps in other countries, right? It's you can't have health care because of the immigrant. You can't have housing because of black people. Yet you can't have college education, pre-K, childcare, any of the other things that we absolutely, in the richest country on the fucking planet, 100% could fucking have. You can't have any of that because of X, Y, and Z other issues. It's not that capital owners, the billionaire class, is robbing us fucking blind. No, it's trans people. No, it's gay people. No, it's black and brown people. It's the immigrant next door. And you bought what they were selling 100% because you're fucking stupid. And I don't mean stupid as in an inability to understand this. I mean stupid as in willful ignorance. What you did was decide that you could convince yourself that Donald Trump wouldn't do anything bad to you. That he's saying all this other stuff, but it's going to be good for me. Yeah, but that's not going to happen to me. But he wouldn't do tariffs. He wouldn't do X, Y, or Z that's going to hurt me personally. And you fucking know better. Because there were plenty of people telling you all along that's the case. And all you had to do was listen. All you had to do was pick up a fucking book. All you had to do was do just a little bit of deep dive, little bit of research, little bit of broadening your horizons. But you can't even be bothered to do that. And now that this is directly impacting you, you're upset with people who are justifiably so angry with you. The thing is, you didn't come hat in hand, ready to admit you made a mistake, to offer an apology, to look for forgiveness, to ask how you can work to make this better, to help make the change, to do anything at all. No, you got on here angry and defensive that people were calling you out for helping to get us in this position. That you're experiencing the consequences of your own actions. I also live in Sarasota County, by the way, and I can tell you, people like y'all, I have absolutely no interest in engaging with. I'm so done arguing with y'all. Y'all have no clue. I can guarantee you don't know half the shit that's going on in this county, let alone the state. We've been the authoritarian testing ground for quite some time now. And the way that I just don't have it in me. Best of luck to y'all. I'm talking to people who haven't been paying attention, where it's really starting at ground zero and educating and growing, moving people from there. Y'all, until you're ready to say yeah, I made a mistake, I fucked up, and want to do the learning and the work, I don't know what to tell you, man.
It is crippling my business. I am barely surviving for the past 8 years.
What? Okay, so according to last year, because you said in that video last summer that you had been suffering for the last 8 years. Your business, small business, had been struggling for the last 8 years, which means you started struggling when Trump came into office. And then in that same video, you proudly, with your chest, said that you will probably be voting for him for a third time. Dog, you voted against your own interests because of your own white supremacy. Let me explain it to you because you lack self-awareness, obviously. You think that you're superior to other human beings probably because the color of your skin. So you thought that all the bullshit that everyone was screaming wasn't going to apply to you. You thought that Trump was going to save you. And I know that to be true based off of the fact that you are tagging him in these videos now, begging for him to help or some fucking sympathy. I don't know. Dog, you think you're superior to other human beings. You may not realize that, but your actions say that to the rest of the world. So knock it off with talking about treating human beings with respect and being nice to people despite who you voted for, because you voted for your own interests because you think you're superior. What? You people are insufferable. Oh my God.
All right, I hate asking for help. I'm not asking for any handouts, but I'm a small business owner that is directly being affected by the 104% tariff that has been put on China.
I did a little digging and he knew about the tariffs.
I voted for Trump 2 times. And I probably will vote for him a 3rd time. I will vote for him a 3rd time. Now I'm reading that Trump is going to increase the tariffs if he takes office 60 to 100% additional.
He posted about it months before the election. He thought, number one, that Trump was going to build the infrastructure for factories before the tariffs were to be instituted, even though Trump said tariffs day 1. But he also seemed a little bit confused about how tariffs work because he was like, well, let me know if I can send my invoice to China.
China is not paying it. I've paid every damn cent and dollar of that tax and that tariff. And if there's some place I can send China an invoice.
And tariffs aren't an invoice that you can just send back to China. If I make eyeglasses and you want to buy these eyeglasses, I'm not going to pay you to buy them. Let's go back to this infrastructure. I'd love my government to build a factory for me that we could all share and enjoy the profits from. That's socialism, motherfucker. He does not regret his vote for Trump, even though he is personally affected and likely will lose his little business. I thought when they were personally affected, they might change their tune, but nope. MAGA is that hateful and that brain dead. It's a lost cause with these guys.
All right, I hate asking for help. I'm not asking for any handouts, but I'm a small business owner.
When people talk about white male privilege, this is exactly the type of person they're talking about. Somebody who has no problem turning a blind eye to how Trump's policies were going to affect marginalized groups, how they're going to affect people of color, how they were going to affect women. He didn't care because it wasn't going to affect him, and Trump had been good for him in the past, despite the fact that Trump did a lot of harm to a lot of people in his first term. So this guy had the luxury of listening and believing Trump rather than the experts, rather than the Nobel Prize winning economists who came out and said that this plan, these tariffs would be terrible for the economy and would be terrible for small businesses. He had the luxury of ignoring that because in the past, Trump hasn't done him any harm. A small business owner voting for Donald Trump when he was promising to put tariffs on is basically like walking into a burning building because you see the arsonist is still there and you think the arsonist will save you. And then he's in the comment section like replying to people who are like, well, you get what you voted for. This is what you wanted. And saying that they're mean and hateful. I'm sorry, sir. What was your vote? Your vote was a big fuck you to all the people who spoke out before the election saying how Trump had harmed them before and how he was going to keep harming them. And you didn't care, okay? So how do you expect these same people to care about you now and want to help you now? How do you expect these same people who you didn't care about to not be excited about the fact that finally someone outside of these marginalized communities are being affected by Trump's policies? That finally, it's not just marginalized communities, it's not just people of color, it's not just women. It's going to affect white men also, because this term, Trump is only loyal to the white male billionaire. That's who he's there for. He's there to make himself and his friends more rich. You're not a billionaire. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about your small business. He doesn't care that he's going to kill thousands of small business.